Right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Experience, and so forth and so forth. Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? Yeah. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Experience. So yeah, after I uploaded the video, which I did, see the red theme? Of course, they always do what I'm leaving. They'll send somebody out, you know. Either gonna be wearing red or like he's flashing the red light. Look like it's on. Look like he's wearing a helmet or something. Anyhow, so after I uploaded the video, right? The New York Predator Department began using the sirens, like I said, and they also turned off the internet. Okay, this is right after I uploaded the video. But again, this is the retaliative thing that they do. They will always. There's certain things that they do in my targeting that is so redundant, and because I know what's going to happen, right? So, for example, they'll start using their sirens. They'll start engaging in the use of silent sound spectrum, which is based on the radio wave frequency for mind control, right? And so when I upload a video, then they will turn off the internet, all right? And they do it from time to time, you know. They would do it over. They would do it at my house too, you know. And I used to call Cablevision. At the time it was Cablevision, and then I was calling Optimum. Optimum took over, so I was calling Optimum. I always call it, until I told them, I said, look, man, you know, you guys going to keep on doing this shit over and over again, and it's like every time you send a technician out to come and check the internet, they always talk about all this. There was another signal. There was another signal going into your cable line, right? And I'm like, what do you mean other signal? He's like, there's just another signal. You know, in other words, them attempting to, you know, say, well, you know, it's instead of saying, you know what, our system has been compromised, they'll never say, look, New York Predator Department. New York, I'm surprised in that number 32 in the license plate, right? New York Predator Department, look at them. Anyhow, right? So I'm just saying, look, instead of just saying that, you know, our system is compromised, they're not going to say that, right? I think I just posted an article, I posted an article earlier in which 88 million people, you know, social security numbers, passwords, addresses, been hacked, compromised. These companies would rather risk compromising their customers' information, right? Again, you know, not protecting customers' privacy, because in the United States, what they engage in here, particularly with the police and those within the government, constantly violating the civil rights and privacy rights of, you know, people in the United States. So, like I said, there is no such thing as privacy, even though they want us to believe that we have privacy. We don't have no privacy. Right? Talked about the CIA, even in the police department, again, you know, particularly for the predator male cops in the police department, they will literally, if they're interested in a woman, they will literally run her name through their system to get her address so they can go and date her. She lives in this. But anyhow, yeah. Look at this too. Look at this. Look at the tag key. Look at the tag key.
I want to fucking be here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, right?
Look at her, right? Yeah. Okay. So you guys saw she come out of the building at the corner right there, standing here as if, you know, she went for the bus. She never went for the damn bus. That's why she, you know, they meet, they tag team, all right? And he comes walking over talking about all damn day, all day. Yeah, all day. Yeah. You got to. I'm not my TI. They talking to me all day, every day. And I'll expose them all day, every day also. So there you go. All right? So that's how I look at things as a TI. Particularly when I'm trying to expose what it is that they're trying to do. All right? All right. So anyway, I was just talking about bus again. Anyhow, yeah, but that's what they'll do. But anyhow, I was back to what I was saying. So we have no privacy. You may think you have privacy, we have no privacy. They have, this is an organization which includes law enforcement, which includes the CIA, which includes the military. We're talking about the radicalization of the civilian population, right? Kind of, like I said, we're running a program, the Target Individual program, but it's not also the Target Individual program, it is also a watch group program, particularly on the religious sense of it, because again, if you don't believe in the religion that they're trying to push, they're going to attack you. And it's always interesting how they get Muslims involved, and the fact that we see what's happening in Palestine, the genocide amongst the Palestinian people, again, right? You see it. You see, I just watched the video in which they were talking about the killing of a Palestinian woman who was planting vegetables in her garden. They killed her. And also, Israel and the Israelis have been selling land that Israel and the IDF bombed, right? So they're basically, this is a takeover. This is a takeover based on genocide. This is the elimination of the Palestinian people to steal their land, okay? And the world is sitting by and not doing anything. Why? Because these leaders are cowards. And I tell my Muslim brothers and sisters, the leaders that you guys have, they're the same. They're the same as the Zionists. They're the same as the elites in the West, the military-industrial complex. They're only about power, control, and money. Okay? So they give you this religion, you know, whether it be Christ or the Prophet Muhammad as a prophet or a savior, and they don't do you any good. Right? They don't do you any good. Okay? They do you no good. Right? They give you a delusional mindset, a delusional way of thinking, right? And they keep you in perpetual poverty and trauma, because poverty breeds trauma. Understand that, right? Poverty breeds trauma. And when you have a traumatized people, these are people that are easily controlled and easily manipulated, right? You must understand that. Okay? And so within any religious organization, within any country, what have you, they have to have a civilian population in which are diehard fanatic to a certain cause. Okay? Because when people don't have anything going on in their lives, right, particularly amongst the poor, they're easily misled. And as I said, the poor and uneducated, they're easily misled. That is what they do, and that is how they do it. Okay? So again, and when they try to, as a TI, they try to gaslight me. For instance, like I was leaving and Pam came in, and I said, I thought something happened because you called me. It was like, you know, you were leaving work soon because you wasn't feeling well, right? So she's like, well, I didn't say I was leaving work soon. I just said that I had to go run some errands. I'm like, that's not what I heard. Okay, but again, it is to it's part of the gaslighting and what they do, right? And like I said, don't fall for it. If you're a TI, don't fall for it. Understand what it is that the people around you say. Look at that. How you doing, man? Right? Understand what the people around you are saying, particularly those that are used as a tool to manipulate you. Okay? Always remember that. So remember, gaslighting is a weapon is a psychological weapon that they use over and over again to do that. And once you understand, you understand. They can't, don't let them get away with it. Okay? So, again, as I was saying, right? This is what they do for us as TIs. You know what I'm saying? This is why, like I said, I've dedicated myself to studying what it is that they do and exposing the truth. And another thing that they didn't like what I posted today was the fact that I posted, there is a book called The Tempter of Eve by Charles Carroll. This book was published in 1902. Remember, 1902, over 100 years ago. It's not that long. Okay? But in that book, right, it tells you how these people feel about us. Me as a black person, if you're a black person, you're black TI, you as a black person. Okay? Remember, this is 1902 now. And again, these are the wealthy elites, right? These are the intellects, right, at that time. Okay? And saying that black people are in the same or different version of an ape or a monkey or a chimpanzee, right? Except we're smarter in the sense that we can obey commands and understand commands easily, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what they do, right? And these people still feel the same way. When I talk about the Golden School by Edward E. Ewan, and it talks about how the West were going to colonize Africa and colonize not just the land but the minds of black people. Okay, that's still happening today, right? And we're falling for it. And any black person, male or female, or any black organization that is truly about trying to improve things for black people, they're going to attack. They're going to attack the organization through infiltration, and they're going to attack the individuals of that organization through covert means, through covert psychological means, through cognitive warfare and neurocognitive warfare. Okay, and these people would not know it. Right? And what they'll do is that they'll elevate an organization, right? Get you to be all, do protests, and then they'll manipulate those members, infiltrate that organization, and destroy that organization from within. Just like Black Lives Matter. Right? But again, it is to do what? To crush hope. To crush hope. Right? To crush the idea that everybody should be treated equally, that black people should be treated equally, that black people should have equal rights as everybody else, okay? And I would say, I would forego equal rights. Give me equal economic opportunity, because with that will come equal rights. This is what you have to understand. That if black people are economically empowered, if we economically empowered ourselves, which we can do, but we won't, because we have been so manipulated with religion and divided by religion that the only time they'll talk about unity is when somebody's speaking against their religion. They'll come together to attack that person, right? But they won't come together to attack the elites that are keeping them in perpetual poverty, that are giving them low wages, right? That are making them sick, that are poisoning their air or water. Okay? There's someplace in the South. But anyway, you had a company, a nuclear company that has been poisoning the rivers and the lakes. And you have a black woman who was saying, she had like 12. Her family. They were like brothers, what have you, and half of those brothers died of cancer, right? Little kids bathing in these lakes and streams that have been poisoned by greedy corporations, and they're being poisoned and they're being and becoming sick. But Nigerians don't protest that shit. Nigerians don't protest the Board of Education, which have been warring against young children, including themselves while they were younger. When they were younger, I should say. Right? No, they're not doing any of that stuff. Okay? And I was also listening to Dr. Fred Price, right? He's a pastor. You know, I listened to him because he's, you know, again, one thing I don't like about Dr. Fred Price that I love about Dr. Ray Higgins. Dr. Ray Higgins was a pastor, and he started learning the truth. But eventually, he got rid of the Bible because he realized that the Bible was also a tool used for the oppression and for the mental enslavement of black people. You know, Dr. Fred Price, he's holding on to that Bible. I mean, he passed away because of COVID, but still, right? But the man has a very powerful and informative message about black people. And I think black people should really listen to him, right? And again, you see, I may not believe in your religion, right? But if you are providing a message that is substantive, that is helping black people to realize, right? Help black people to realize who they are, right? Learning the truth about themselves, right? And speaking up and against white supremacy. I'm all for that. It doesn't matter what religion you belong to. Whether you're look at them two predator cops. Look at them two predator cops. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at two predator cops over there. Anyhow. Look. And he holds up the target bag, right? I think I talked about that, right? The target bag for some reason, you know, about being targeted, right? That's what they'll do. Looking over at the cops. Fuck them cops. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them racist cops. I'm not scared of them. All right? Remember, they're the one that's going to be like, oh, I was scared for my life. Not me. Okay? So there you go. So who's scared? I keep saying that. Don't try that shit. That shit don't work no more. Don't work no more. Right? So anyhow, I'll say Dr. Fred Price. So he, you know, he was talking about this book that was written in the same book I'm talking about in 1902 called The Tempter of Eve, right? Because he's explaining racism, how racism began in the church, and he forgets what he doesn't seem to understand is that Christianity is a religion of racism, right? It is Christianity is white supremacy in the religious sense, right? And the religion of Christianity is of white supremacy. Particularly Christianity is practiced today. This is what a lot of black people don't understand. So they don't go and they don't read other texts, other what is called religious texts that doesn't come out of the Bible, right? So we know that there were a lot of other religious books that were never included in the Bible for the purpose of because it didn't present the type of messaging that the Catholic Church wanted, right? So, you know, as Nigerians, you know, even when you know that, you know, you don't go look any further because the fear of your soul burning in hell. There is no hell. Your soul is burning in hell right now. At least not in the hell that they tell you about, okay? Our hell is the life we're living on this planet, right? Our hell is what is perpetrated on us by the white devils. Okay, by those in positions of power, or even the Arab devils, or even the black devils, those black people who are in positions of power in Africa that are keeping their people in perpetual poverty. They're devils too. Okay, that's your hell, right? All right, same goes for poor white people. They're living in hell. Again, this is why religion is used amongst the poor. Religion was created to pacify the poor so that they would not rise up against those who are oppressing them. Okay? So, this book, right? The Tempters of Eve. The Tempter of Eve. And if you read this book, it's very telling. It tells you how these elite people, how they, and what they think about black people. Right? This is what they do. And it talks about how, you know, they talk about other religious books. This is 1902. They talk about the Septuagint, right? These are, you know, people who study religion right back there, but they're racist as hell. And they understand who they were talking about because you see, they understand ancient Kemetic spiritual science, and that the woman was seen or was viewed, or the woman, her authority was not only that of rulership, but that of also creation, and that of also wisdom, knowledge. Right? So I'll talk about Shashet. So when you go and you see the Medu Neter, you see the carvings on the walls, which is called, the Medu Neter, which is what they call the hieroglyphic, but it's actually the Kemetic spiritual system written for us. Right? But they gave us religion and they hid it. Remember, all those things were buried underneath the sand until the British and French went into North Africa, right? And excavated all these things. The Arabs been there since the 7th century. They never excavated shit. They left everything buried in the sand. Why? Because it wasn't their culture. It was a foreign culture to them. It's only when they realized they could make money off of it, all of a sudden they want to adapt it as their culture. Right? And you guys got to understand that. But Abbas is here. I'm going to continue this conversation when I get to the next time. All right? Please.